If you wanted to ruin your ADHD life as quickly as possible, here's exactly how I would do it. The beauty with ADHD is that it doesn't take long. With just a few simple steps, you can end up in a constant cycle of self-blame, feeling inadequate, losing focus, losing motivation, and procrastinating like your life depends on it. It's actually very simple. Now, should you choose, for whatever reason, to do the opposite of what I advise, your life could take a U-turn upward. But that's not what we're focusing on today. Our goal here is simple. Ruin your ADHD life as fast as possible. Starting with the most innocent self-sabotage all the way to the absolute masterpiece of self-destruction. So buckle up and stay until the end. You don't want to miss that one. Step 1 to ruin your ADHD life as fast as possible is quite obvious. Unfollow this channel immediately. This will be the only video I make on this topic. I actually only post content about how you can thrive with ADHD. So do yourself a favor, unfollow or don't follow at all so you can ruin your ADHD life fast. Now, before we dive in, let's get into the science of how we'll quickly ruin your life. The good news is that ADHD brains don't just respond to the world, they over-respond. New research just came out confirming what I've been saying for years. Your ADHD brain is way more susceptible to what you feed it. Put the right thing in front of you and you can actually be faster than normal. But put the wrong thing in front of you and you'll go down fast. Some may even say way faster, which is perfect for what we're trying to do here. And then there's dopamine regulation. For ADHD brains, every day feels like a tug of war between what you want to do and what your brain is actually motivated to do. It's not that you have less dopamine. It's that your brain releases it at the wrong times. It doesn't always show up when you need it, and it drops way too often when you're trying to stay consistent. It controls your mood, focus, motivation, and impulse control. Your internal state, so to speak, which again is actually really good for what we're trying to do here. And it's where we'll start, because once your dopamine is broken, everything else falls apart as well. Our first goal is therefore quite straightforward. Have as much unpredictable dopamine as possible. And it all starts first thing in the morning, where you have to glue yourself to your phone. Just scroll. Let TikTok or Instagram fry your brain before you've even had a chance to wake up. That way, you're hooked for the rest of the day, which will make it easier to definitely not go outside. Don't get sunlight on your face. Because here's the thing, ADHD brains wake up more tired and foggy than neurotypicals thanks to high melatonin levels. Sunlight would actually lower those levels immediately and give you a nice dopamine boost. But that's terrible advice. Best case scenario, you live somewhere with no sunlight at all. This will also keep you from exercising in the morning, which is one of the best ways to boost your dopamine levels naturally as well, not just in the short term, but also the long term. That's the opposite of what we want here. Sit very, very still and move on to eating your breakfast, which is where we're going full sabotage mode. Start with sugar, cereal, pastries, whatever spikes your blood sugar the fastest, because this leads to complete dopamine dysregulation. Forget protein, forget fiber, the things that make you feel full and don't give you those spikes. You want those crashes all day long. That way, you get mood swings, you're irritable, and ADHD symptoms are turned up to the max. Bonus points if you eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner always at different times, because you don't want to be getting into constructive routines here that could help you build a bit of predictability. You want total chaos. Oh, and on the note of consumption, don't you dare drink water. Luckily for us, this won't be difficult since we forget to drink water all the time. But don't even think about putting a glass of water next to your nightstand or a jug next to your table. No electrolytes either. They can actually help you hydrate more, giving you way more energy. And since dopamine is water dependent, dehydration reduces blood flow and oxygen to the brain, making you way less capable of thinking clearly. Only soda. You want to stay dehydrated for that perfect brain fog. Also, no coffee, no matcha, no green tea. Anything that helps boost dopamine and therefore focus, forget it. Oh, and don't even think about going to the sauna. This is one of the best ways to stop ruminating, reduce your anxiety, and actually boost dopamine long term. You want to feel restless 24/7. Now, Once you've wrecked your dopamine, it's time to really mess with your mind. Since ADHD brains are interest-driven, you must beat yourself up internally all the time. I have to do this or I'm a failure. If I don't finish this, I'm worthless. That kind of talk runs on willpower, and willpower runs on dopamine, which you don't have. Perfect. To supercharge this, treat everything like it's important, never interesting. Ignore your inner voice and follow only what other people want for you. You need to live a very fake life. If your intuition whispers, hey, you should really try this creative idea, shut that down immediately. Tell yourself you don't have time for that. Instead, remember to always listen to your automatic negative thoughts. You will have them more often as someone with ADHD. They're highly stimulating. And you know what else they are? They're always true. They're always right. Trust them. From there, simply overload your brain. Say yes to everything. Fill your calendar with 10 commitments so you feel paralyzed and do none of them. Keep a massive to-do list that you never actually look at but feel guilty about 24/7. You need to only measure your worth by productivity. Every time you rest, remind yourself you're lazy and falling behind. This will maximize your feeling of guilt and shame, which will keep you stuck indefinitely. Now, let's completely destroy your energy, which, you guessed it, starts with your sleep. This one won't be too difficult, I imagine. Let me know if you're already struggling with sleep down below. But in case you aren't, or just as a reminder, stay up scrolling until 3 in the morning. Bonus points if you're comparing yourself to people who have their life together on social media. Then wake up with no routine at all. Again, every day should feel unpredictable. And remember, ADHD brains are highly responsive to the environment. With the right input, we can thrive. But with the wrong input, chaos, impulsivity, disconnection, everything falls apart quickly, which is exactly what we want. You gotta live somewhere with lots of noise. TV blaring, traffic, roommates yelling, phone notifications nonstop. Noise canceling headphones? Nope, that's cheating. Keep 200 tabs open. Download 7 task apps. Start 12 different note-taking systems. Never delete, never organize. That way, everything feels urgent and impossible at once. And transitions, don't do them. Jump straight from TikTok to deep work. Whiplash your brain. Most importantly, you have to neglect your basic needs. Sleep, structure, connection, stimulation. Who needs all that? All you need is yourself. Work alone. Eat alone. Stay in the cave. Avoid human contact. Push away anyone who tries to support you because you should be able to handle everything on your own. Isolation will fuel your rejection sensitivity beautifully, so that even the smallest piece of constructive criticism feels like a gut punch. A fail-safe in case you decide you do want to make that U-turn at some point. This will guarantee you won't. Now, let's get to the fun part. Work, goals, and the absolute best way to guarantee your dreams never come true. Once you sit down for work, if you should even have that stupid idea, always start with the hardest task first. Don't on-ramp your brain with something easy and small. Don't think I'll just show up and see what happens. Just jump into the deep end and drown. Force yourself to eat the frog every time, so that starting always feels like failing. And definitely never change your environment. Stay in the same small town where you know everything and everyone. No novelty, no sunlight, no gym, no greenery. Nature can actually have a big effect on your mood and focus levels. Somewhere like Siberia would be perfect. And then don't even think about working in short bursts or sprints. Where'd you get that advice? Instead, pick alternating shifts. Night shift Monday, day shift Wednesday, then work straight through for 9 hours. That way, your already broken circadian rhythm gets obliterated. Working in short, hyper-focused bursts, that could lead to you actually getting really good work done. And would be one of the biggest things I don't recommend. In fact, there's a system I use to do exactly that. I'm hyper-focused within seconds. Instantly snap out of ADHD paralysis and focus. I definitely wouldn't recommend following this system, but more on that in a bit. When it comes to your goals, make them as big and unrealistic as possible. Want to write a book? Cool. Finish it by next week. When you fail, your motivation will tank and your self-trust will collapse. If the goal feels reachable, just make it bigger until it feels impossible. Oh, and don't challenge yourself. Ever. ADHD brains release dopamine when challenged. That's why we thrive in high-pressure, high-stakes roles like EMTs. Make life as mundane as possible so your brain never has the chance to wake up. And of course, fill your life with pointless decisions. Keep your house cluttered. Never throw anything away. Spend 30 minutes deciding what to wear every morning, so by the time you actually get to work, you're already drained. You see, every decision you make costs dopamine. The more, the better. And look, to really make sure that you never want to make that U-turn and break out of this negative downward spiral, to finally learn how to work with your ADHD brain instead of against it, whatever you do, don't attend my free anti-procrastination and focus event, because that's where I'll show you how to break out of the cycle, eliminate that stuck feeling, and unlock instant hyperfocus on command without willpower, motivation, meds, or a new planner. It sounded too good to be true at first, but after testing it on thousands of ADHDers over the last few years, it has completely transformed my life. I have seen nothing that has worked this consistently well. Seriously, don't go. Links in the bio. Now let's really seal the deal on your downfall. Remember how your ADHD brain is more prone to what you give it? Well, what do you think is the biggest impacting factor on your life? The one with the biggest repercussions? That's right, other people. Science shows that you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So, surround yourself with the wrong people. Toxic friends, energy drainers, narcissists that use you for your ADHD empathy. Let them pull you down, because ADHD brains are emotional sponges. It's gonna be so easy to manipulate you. All you have to do is show up. And the best way to find those friends is to pick the safest job everyone else wants you to do. Forget your passions. Ignore your interests. That voice, not to be trusted. Once you don't trust yourself, you will naturally attract the wrong crowd. Make sure your job has no bonuses, no instant feedback, and that you don't like anyone you work with. Secretly. Outwardly, you should obviously be fake smiling constantly. That way, motivation stays permanently low. Best case, you stay there your whole life, getting a promotion every 5 years. Not because you earned it, but because that's just how it's done. Oh, and don't forget to always compare yourself to your neurotypical peers. Do and try exactly what works for them. Keep trying and beat yourself up if it doesn't work for you. Forget that your brain works differently. Make should your mantra. Everything in life should feel like a chore. Ignore situational variability completely. If you can't do a task, it's because you're broken, not because you're in the wrong environment or because you have different wiring. Okay, now we're ready to initiate your complete collapse. You gotta learn to 100% trust your brain chemistry roulette. If you're not motivated, assume you're defective. Ignore all wins. Call them flukes. Always tell yourself you'll fix things tomorrow so you never actually do. Only start things if you can make them perfect. Fail once and remind yourself you're a failure. Kill curiosity, kill hobbies, and kill your authentic self. Unless it makes money, it's useless. That's how you ruin your ADHD life fast. Probably in under 30 days. Tell me down below which strategy you related with the most. Oh, and seriously, don't click the link in my bio. Don't sign up for my free event, because in it, I'll show you exactly how to eliminate procrastination and unlock instant focus without using medication or willpower. And everyone that attends even gets a completely free tool sent to them via email that can gamify their progress. And that could actually change your life. And we don't want that, do we?